Tickets for the Senior Talent Show at George Washington Carver High School are $3 for adults and $2 for students. To cover expenses, a total of $600 must be collected from ticket sales for the show. One of the following graphs in the standard XY coordinate plane, where X is the number of adult tickets sold and Y is the number of student tickets sold, represents all the possible combinations of ticket sales that cover at least $600 in expenses. Which graph is it? Well, it's $3 for adult tickets, $2 for student tickets. You need to cover at least $600 in expenses. And if you look at all these, $3 for adults, $2 for students, the only setup where you're covering at least $600 would be this down here, letter H, because that is a setup where you're covering, no matter how many tickets are sold, you're always covering at least $600 in sales. So correct answer is letter H. What is the median of the following 7 scores? 42, 67, 33, 79, 33, 89, and 21. The median is the middle number when the numbers are listed in order. So list these in order from smallest to largest. Starting with 21, then 33, 33, 42, 67, 79, and 89. So we listed those in order. Now the median is the middle number. There are 7 numbers here, so the median would be that 42. That is the middle number in that list of numbers, and that is letter A, 42. What are the real solutions to the equation? The absolute value of x squared plus 2 times the absolute value of x minus 3 is equal to 0. These are your choices. 1 and negative 1, 3 or negative 3. There's really nothing to do here except substitute these in. We're going to start with 1. So if we put 1 in for x, it'd be the absolute value of 1 squared plus 2 times the absolute value of 1 minus 3 is equal to 0. Work through that. You're going to end up with 1 plus 2 minus 3 equals 0. It's going to be 0 equals 0. That is a true statement. So 1 is a solution. Let's try 3. If you put 3 in, the absolute value of 3 squared plus 2 times the absolute value of 3 minus 3 is equal to 0. If you work through that, 9 plus 6, it's 15, minus 3 is 12. 12 is not equal to 0. That does not make a true statement, so 3 is not a solution. Now think about this. If you're dealing with absolute value, whether you put 1 in or negative 1 in, it's going to be the same result. So this next step that I do here, you can really skip. You know it's going to be 1 and negative 1. You know that if 1's a solution, negative 1 will be a solution as well. But this is what it looks like if you put negative 1 in. You can see that it makes a true statement. 0 equals 0 is a true statement. That means negative 1 is a solution. So there are your two solutions, because I know negative 3 is not going to be a solution, because 3 is not a solution, because you're dealing with absolute value. Whatever 3 produces, negative 3 is going to produce the same thing. So if you put negative 3 in, this is what it looks like still. 15 minus 3 is 12. 12 is still not equal to 0. So it's not 3, it's not negative 3. The correct solutions are 1 and negative 1, and that happens to be letter F. The point 25 is shown in the standard XY coordinate plane below. Which of the following is another point on the line through the point 25 with a slope of negative 2/3? Well, slope is rise over run. So you're going to take that point of 25 and apply rise over run to it to get another point. So rise, in this case, you could think of it as negative 2. Run is 3. So either you're going to go down 2 into the right 3 or up 2 into the left 3 to arrive at another point. So if you start at that point 25 and go down 2 and to the right 3, you're going to end up right there at letter D. Now if you check the other way, go up 2 and to the left 3, you're not going to hit any other point that's on there. So from that point 25, if you go down 2 and to the right 3, using the rise over run or slope of negative 2/3, you're going to hit letter D, and that is letter D, 5, 3. For the triangles in the figure below, which of the following ratios of side lengths is equivalent to the ratio of the perimeter of triangle ABC to the perimeter of triangle DAB? Well, notice these are both 30, 60, 90 right triangles. Side AB matches up with side AD. So side AB is across from the 60-degree angle in this smaller triangle, and side AD is across from the 60-degree angle in the larger triangle. Therefore, the ratio of the perimeter of triangle ABC to the perimeter of triangle DAB would be the same as the ratio of side AB to side AD. Those two sides match up. Letter F is the correct answer. In the figure below, two non-adjacent sides of a regular pentagon, that is 5 congruent sides and 5 congruent angles, are extended until they meet at point X. What is the measure of that angle X? The sum of all the interior angles of a regular polygon, in this case the pentagon, is found by taking the number of sides minus 2 times 180. Well, there are 5 sides there. Take that minus 2, it's 3 times 180, that is 540. So the interior angles of that pentagon add up to 540 degrees, and all the angles are congruent. So if you find the measurement of these two angles, which are the same, then you can find the measurement of the angles right next to it, and then you could find angle X. So to find the measurement of these two angles, divide 540 by 5. There are 5 angles that are all the same, adding up to 540. So if you divide 540 by 5, each of these two angles is 108. Now the angles right next to it, angles in a straight line, add up to 180. So each angle right next to those would be 72. So now you know two angles of this triangle. You can find the third angle by taking 180 minus these two angles together. So 180 minus 144, that would be 36 for that missing angle, which is letter C. The edges of a cube are each 3 inches long. What is the surface area in square inches of this cube? So we need to find the surface area of this cube. You can do that a couple ways. You can find the area of each face, add them all up, but each face is going to be the same because the edges are all 3. So with it being a cube, just find the area of one face and multiply by 6 because there are 6 faces on a cube. So the area of one face would be 3 by 3. That's going to be 9. And then there are 6 sides that are 9 square inches each. So take 6 times 9, and that is going to be 54. 54 square inches is the surface area on that cube.